Hello class 7th. Good afternoon to all. I hope all of you will be fine. Today I am here with the discussion of the chapter number 2 of your book An Alien Hand. An Alien Hand. Name of the chapter is Bringing Up Curry. Before discussing the content of the chapter, you should know about the title of the story, Bringing Up Curry. Dear students, here Curry is the name of an elephant, baby elephant, and bring up, you might be knowing the meaning. Bring up means to raise or to look after. Okay, to look after the young ones, like parents look after their children. Okay, so here the narrator is telling us how he looked up, how he brought up a baby elephant named Curry. Okay, so let's discuss it. Before the main content of the story begins, certain things have been given in the beginning for you all about the first part of this chapter. Curry is a 5-month-old baby elephant, lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper. Means the narrator who is bringing up Curry is 9-year-old boy. He is his old friend, 9-year-old friend, and he is his keeper also. And he lives and grows up with this boy. Curry does not eat much. He doesn't eat so much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious twigs a day. Playful and sensitive. These are the characteristics of the elephant. He is very much playful and sensitive also. Curry saves a boy from drowning. So this is what we are going to discuss in the first part of this chapter. Let's begin. It's a long chapter actually, and I will be coming with the description of this chapter in 2 parts. Okay. Curry. The elephant was 5 months old when he was given to me to take care of. Narrator is telling us. I was 9 years old and I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoe. So he is telling us Curry elephant, it was only 5 months old when the narrator had started taking care of it, started looking after it. And narrator himself was 9 years old, and he says that I could reach the back of the elephant if I stood tiptoe on the tips of the toe, to stand on the tips of the toe. Only then I could stand his back, otherwise it was higher than the narrator. He seemed to remain that high for nearly 2 years. He says that from last 2 years he was that much higher, and his height was increasing day by day. We grew together. That is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. Because we were growing together, so it never came to my mind that he is taller than me or not. I never worried, never cared, never gave any attention to it. Because we were growing together. He lived in a pavilion under a thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall in when Curry bumped against the poles as he moved about. Because Curry was in the habit of moving about here and there, so it was probable that he could hit against the poles of his resting place and could cause them fall down. That is why for him a special place of living was built. What is given? He lived in a pavilion. Okay, pavilion is a open space. Okay, covered under a tent, decorated tent. So he lived in a pavilion, and this open space was under a thatched roof. Thatched means covered with grass. Okay, thatched means covered with dead grass. So above it there was thatched roof, and which rested, and this roof was supported by thick tree stumps. You know, stump is the remnant, means the remaining part of a tree which is stuck into the soil even after the tree is cut off. So thick tree stumps, they were supporting that roof so that it could not fall in, so that roof could not fall down when Curry hits against the poles, bumps against the pole as he moves about here and there. If you want to see the picture, I can show you. Here is the picture of that pavilion. This is the pavilion, and you can see that the tree trunks have been used for the covered thatched roof. Okay, so it was first paragraph. Now second one of the first things Curry did was to save the life of a boy. The narrator tells that it was very important thing which was done by his animal Curry, and this was that he had saved the life of a boy. Curry did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twigs a day to chew and play with. Actually, it has been told to us that Curry, he did not eat that much, but he nevertheless means however he needed. He did not eat much, but still he needed 40 pounds of twigs. 1 pound is equal to 454 grams. Okay, so this 40 pounds will be equal to 16 to 80 kilos. This much he used to eat, and he needed 40 pounds of twigs. Twigs are very small sized branches of the tree which are eaten by the animals. Twigs a day to chew. He used to chew them, to crush with the teeth. Chew, and he used to play with them. Every day I used to take him to the river in the morning for his bath. And narrator used to take the elephant to the river for his morning bath. In the morning they used to go to the river. He would lie down on the sand bank while I rubbed him with the clean sand of the river for an hour. And he used to lie down he used to enjoy the bath as well as to lie down on the sand on the bank of the river. And the narrator used to rub his back with clean sand of the river. And he used to make him bathe for an hour. After the bath is taken, after that he would lie in the water for a long time. He used to enjoy the water. Also, staying inside the water. On coming out, his skin, and when he used to come out of the water, his skin would be shining like ebony. Okay, ebony is very dark blue color, right? So his skin used to shine very black. And he would squeal. Squeal means to cry, to trumpet. He used to squeal. He would cry with pleasure when he used to come out of the river or the water. He used to cry with the pleasure. As I rubbed water down his back. I rubbed water down his back means I used to make him bath. Then he used to cry with pleasure. Then I would take him by the ear. Then narrator says that I have to catch him by the ear, because that is the easiest way to lead an elephant. And in this way he used to lead the elephant to their home, by catching the elephant by his ear and leave him on the edge of the jungle. Okay, they were not getting back to the home, but they used to go to the jungle after that, to the side of the jungle, edge of the jungle, bank of the jungle after taking the bath. When I went into the forest to get some luscious twigs for his dinner, he would leave the elephant in the jungle, and the narrator would go to the forest to get some luscious, means very tasty and sweet smelling twigs for the elephant for his dinner. One has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut down these twigs. Hatchet is a small axe, okay, to cut the twigs. So he says one should have very sharp hatchet to cut down the twigs. It takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet, because if a twig is mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. Here another secret about the elephants has been told by the narrator to us, that elephants won't touch even what? Mutilated twigs. Mutilated means which has already been destroyed or already has been crushed or already has been spoiled. Such a twig was not even touched by the elephants. Is not touched by the elephant. So same was the case with the with this elephant named Curry. So he had to keep a very sharp hatchet so that he could get very clean grass for him, very clean twigs for the elephant. It was not an easy job to get twigs and saplings for Curry. Saplings, small plants, he used to gather them, he used to collect them for Curry, and it was not that much easy work to do in the jungle. Narrator says, I had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. He says that I had to climb all kinds of trees to get most tender, very delicate twigs for him, very soft twigs for him, as he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. Because he says that my elephant was very much fond of banyan tree branches, and he had to gather them from the jungle. And banyan tree branches, they always grow like a cathedral of leaves, like in huge number, in large number. Okay, and they grow like cathedral leaves and branches. And I was gathering some. He says one day I was gathering some of the leaves and branches, means that twigs for my elephant. Then what happened? When did it happen? I was gathering some one spring day in March. In the month of March, it was spring season. I was doing this when I suddenly heard Curry calling to me in the distance. Curry was calling to me, and as he was still very young, it was very young elephant, yet it needed care and attention. That is why the call was more like that of a baby than an elephant, because the elephant was baby yet, so its call was also like baby elephant, not like a grown-up elephant. So it was calling the narrator, and narrator says, I thought somebody was hurting. Word meanings have been given here. You can also note them down from the text. I thought somebody was hurting him. So I came down. I thought somebody might be hurting him. So I came down from my tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where I had left him. So I came down from the tree and I started running towards the direction where I had left my elephant, but he was not there. When I reached there, I did not find him there. I looked all over, but I could not find him. He was nowhere. I went near the edge of the water. Then I went near the water source, means a river. Edge of by the side bank of the river, I went and I saw a black something struggling above its surface. I found that something in black color was trying to come out, means it was struggling on the surface of the water. Then it rose higher, and it was the trunk of my elephant. Then by and by, this black thing came up. It rose above the water level, rose higher, and then I found that it was the trunk of my elephant. You know, trunk is the actually it's the nose of the elephant. You know, that's a long tail like thing. Okay, trunk. I thought it was drowning. I thought he was drowning. My elephant is drowning in the water. I thought I was helpless, but I was helpless because I could not jump into the water and save the 400 pounds of him, since he was much higher than I. Now, how could I help him from drowning? I could not jump into the water because I could not save him by jumping into the water, because his weight was 400 pounds. That is equal to 180 kilos, approx 2 quintals. How could I help him? And since as well as the elephant was higher than the narrator and it was stuck into the inside the water, how could he save? But I saw his back rise above the water. First is what came out of the water, it was his trunk, and then I saw that his back started rising above the water, and the moment he caught my eye, and the moment he saw me. He found me that I have also come. When he saw me, he began to trumpet and struggle up to the shore. He began to trumpet me. He started crying and he started struggling to come towards the shore, means towards the side, towards the bank of the river. Okay, here, yes. Then still trumpeting, still trumpeting means crying. He began to trumpet again. Still, yes. Then still trumpeting, he pushed me into the water. He also pushed me, means I had to go. He forcefully pulled me inside the water, or pushed me inside the water, and I fell into the stream. And as he pulled me, I was fallen into the stream, and I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. When I was thrown into the water, I saw that at the bottom of the river there was a boy lying flat. Okay, means that boy was drowning actually. He had actually drowned. He had not altogether touched bottom, but was somewhat afloat. Means that child, that boy who was drowning, who had drowned, he had not touched the bottom yet, but he was floating in between the surface and the bottom of the river. He was afloat, means he was floating. He was there. His body was there. I came to the surface of the water to come to take my breath, because he was thrown into the water, and the narrator had gone directly to the bottom. Then he came out of the water to the surface to take his breath. Okay, and there Kari was standing. He saw Kari is now standing. He was out of the water. His feet planted in the sand bank, and his trunk stretched out like a hand waiting for mine. Means the elephant had got out of the river, and his feet were planted in the sand on the banks of the river, and his trunk was spread. It was stretched out like he was ready to give his hand, means give his trunk to help me. It was waiting for me to come out of the water with the boy, so that he could drag us from the water towards the shore of the river. And his trunk stretched out. Okay, I dived down again. Then I again dived and pulled the body of the drowning boy to the surface. Then I pulled that body of that boy who was drowning to the surface of the water, not being a good swimmer, because I was not a good swimmer, I could not swim ashore. I could not go to the shore while taking the drowned body of that boy, because I was not that much good swimmer, and slow current was already dragging me down, and the current of the river was also dragging me down towards the bottom. Means I could also drown. I needed to have help of someone, so that I myself could get out of the water, as well as I could save the drowning boy out of the water. Then what happened? Waiting for mine, I dived boy to the into good swimmer. I could not swim. Yes, dragging me down. That slow current was already dragging me down. Then, seeing us drift. Here it is. Seeing us drift by in current. Seeing us drift by in current. Kari, who was usually slow and ponderous, suddenly darted down like a hawk and came halfway into the water, where I saw him stretch out his trunk again. I raised up my hand to catch it, and it slipped. Then what happened? Kari saw that I am being drowned. I am going to drown again, because the water current is drifting me. Okay. So Kari, who was usually slow, Kari actually, he was very slow in his action, but he was very ponderous. Ponderous means very huge sized, large sized, very large sized. He suddenly darted down. He suddenly came forward. Okay, like a hawk. Hawk, that is a huge sized bird. Okay, bird of prey, Prey. Suddenly darted down like a hawk and came halfway into the water. Because he was standing outside the river, now he came halfway into the water, where I saw him stretch out his trunk again. And he stretched out his trunk towards me, and then I raised up my hand to catch it, and I tried to catch his trunk, but it slipped. Okay, yes. I think it is not there. You see here, seeing us drift by the current, Curry, who was usually slow and ponderous, suddenly darted down like a hawk and came halfway into the water. There I saw him stretch out his trunk again. So he saw that I am going to drown. So Curry, who is very slow and very huge sized, he suddenly came forward like a hawk and came half the way into the water, and I saw him and I stretched out, he saw me and he stretched out his trunk towards me. I tried to catch, I raised my hand and to catch his trunk, but his trunk slipped. I found myself going under the water again, and then I realized that I'm again going under the water. I will definitely drown this time, along with that other boy who was drowning. But what happened? But this time I found that the water was not very deep, so I sank to the bottom of the river. But this time I found that the water was not that much deep, so I sank. Okay, to the bottom of the river. I went down the river to the bottom and doubled my feet under me. I tried, I put my efforts with my feet. I doubled the action of my feet under, and then suddenly kicked the river bed and so shot upwards like an arrow. He used certain strokes of swimming inside the water, and he came out of the water to the surface like an arrow. Shot upwards like an arrow on the river bed. He came in spite of the fact that I was holding the drowning boy with my hand. He says that along with that I was putting my efforts, and I was also catching that drowning boy with my hand. I had not left him. As my body rose above, as I came out of the water, above the water, I felt a lasso around my neck. Lasso is a long rope. I felt as if there was some rope around my neck. This frightened me, and I got fearful. I was fearful. Why? I thought some water animal was going to swallow me. My neck has been grabbed by some water animal. I thought some water animal was going to swallow me. It will swallow me inside. I heard Curry's feeling. Then I also heard Curry was crying, he was shouting, and I knew it was his trunk about my neck. Then the very next moment I realized that it was not any water animal, but it was the trunk of my animal, my Curry, about my neck. He pulled us both ashore. And that animal, my Curry, he pulled us both towards the shore. Okay. This was the first part, dear students. A little we can go. Let's start. Curry becomes fond of ripe bananas. These are the certain hints given in the beginning about the second part. Curry was like a baby. Curry was like a baby. He had to be trained to be good, and if you did not tell him when he was naughty, he was up to more mischief than ever. So here narrator is talking to us. He says that Curry, this elephant, was like a baby, and he was needed to be trained, and then he could become a very good animal. And if you will not tell him how to behave, and it means if he is not trained, then he was very much naughty. Okay, and he was very much mischievous also. Okay, for instance, what happened? One day somebody gave him some bananas to eat. Very soon he developed a great love for ripe bananas. We used to keep large plates of fruit on a table near a window in dining room. One day all the bananas on that table disappeared, and my family blamed the servants for eating all the fruit in the house. A few days later, the fruit disappeared again. This time the blame was put on me, and I knew I had not done it. It made me very angry with my parents and the servants, for I was sure they had taken all the fruit. The next time the fruit disappeared, I found a banana all smashed up in Curry's pavilion. This surprised me very much, for I had never seen fruit there, and as you know, he had always lived on twigs. So this is the story, a little instance how much an elephant or an animal can be mischievous has been narrated by the narrator here in this paragraph. Okay, in this paragraph. He tells that one day somebody gave Curry some bananas to eat, and in this way he developed a taste for the bananas, ripe bananas. And later tells that we used to keep fruits in the large plate very much near the window on a table in the dining room. In the dining room, near a window on a table, they used to keep fruits. One day what happened? All the bananas from the table disappeared, and family blamed the servants for eating all the fruits in the house. A few days later, again fruits disappeared, and this time the blame was put on the narrator. But he hadn't done any such thing, and he got also very much angry with his parents and servants also, because he was sure that they had themselves eaten the fruits, and the blame was put on him. The next day, again the fruits disappeared. And the narrator says that I found a banana all smashed up, all crushed in Curry's pavilion. And he says I was very much surprised to see that, because I had never seen any fruit there in the pavilion of the elephant, because he was brought up on the twigs. He used to live on the twigs. Next day, while I was sitting in the dining room, wondering whether I should take some fruit from the table. Next day he said that I was sitting on the dining room and it was coming to my mind that I should eat some fruits from the table. Then what happened? You can see the picture. Table, dining table, large plate, carrying fruits, window, and something trying to steal. Now whether it is snake or something else, let's see. Then without my parents' permission, what was it? Let's see. I should take some fruit from the table without my parents' permission. Yes, it came to the mind of the narrator that I should eat some fruits without the permission of my parents. Then what happened? A long black thing, very much like a snake, suddenly came through the window and disappeared with all the bananas. Means he himself saw that it was something like snake. It was black thing. It suddenly appeared and came through the window and stole all the bananas. I was very much frightened. He says I was very much frightened, fearful, because I was afraid, because I had never seen snakes eat bananas, and I thought it must be a terrible snake that would sneak in and take fruit. Because he says I had never heard anyone saying that snakes also eat bananas. But it might be some terrible snake who might be interested in eating the bananas, who would have who would have sneaked and taken the fruit. Okay. I crept out of the room, and then I suddenly leapt, L-E-A-P-T, out of the room. Means I rushed out of the room, ran out of the room, and with great fear in my heart, ran out of the house. I was fearful, so I ran out of the house, because feeling sure that the snake would come back into the house, eat all the fruit, and kill all of us. It came to my mind that such terrible snake may come out again, and he may eat all the fruits as well as he may kill all of us. So I rushed out of the house. As I went out, I saw Curry's back disappearing in the direction of the pavilion. But outside the home, I saw that Curry's back I could see, and Curry was going, he was getting disappeared in the direction of the pavilion. He was going to the pavilion. I was so frightened that I wanted his company to cheer me up. At that time I was so frightened that I wanted my animal to be with me to cheer me up. I was all frightened, so I wanted him to cheer me up. I ran after him into the pavilion. I also ran after him, and I found him there eating bananas. I saw that it was my elephant who was eating bananas, who was stealing the fruits from my kitchen. I stood, not kitchen but dining room. I stood still in astonishment. I was surprised. I was standing there. Bananas were lying strewn. They were spread here and there, all around, scattered here and there, all around him. He stretched out his trunk and reached for one far away from where he was standing. One of the bananas was lying a little at a great distance, and he stretched out his trunk to reach that last banana. That instant, the trunk looked like a black snake, and when he stretched his trunk, it was looking like a black snake. You can see in the picture like a snake. And I realized that Curry was thief. It was his elephant who was the thief, who was stealing the fruits. I went to him, pulled him out by the ear. His ear were pulled by the narrator, and joyously showed my parents. Getting happy, I was getting happy that my parents, they were blaming me that I am the thief. I just wanted to show them the real thief. So joyously showed my parents that it was the Curry and not I that had eaten all the fruit these many weeks. Then I scolded him, for elephants understand words as well as children. Then I scolded him, and elephants, they understand the words like children. And I said to him, next time I see you stealing fruit, you will be whipped. Means you will be beaten with a cane. Okay, so if you will be stealing fruits, I will definitely whip you next time. He knew that we were all angry with him. He understood, elephant understood, we are all angry with him. Even the servants were also angry with him. His pride was so injured. His pride was so injured that he never stole another thing from the dining room. After that, he did not steal anything from the dining room, and from then on, if anybody gave him any fruit, he always squealed as if to thank them. In future, whenever somebody goes to him to give him some fruit, he used to shout, he used to cry to thank him. Dear students, I would like to stop here only for this lesson. It is already so long. Please read the chapter up till this. If you find any problem, you may make call to me. If you find any word meaning difficult, you may ask me through call. And if you can, then you can read the rest part of the story. Then I will be coming in the next video. I will be coming the second part of this lesson as well as the exercise questions. Till then, you keep studying, you keep reading. If you find any problem, please make a call. Thank you very much. Please take very good care of yourself. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you very much.